Why, hello. 2 days in a row. Can you believe it? I know, I can't. I can't believe it. I just can't. Well, here we are on this Corona video series or revival or whatever you want to call it. Videos, I guess. Yeah, so here we are. I was going to ask more questions, but I thought I had shot a video earlier today of the kitchen. I thought maybe I would do a room at a time since, we've got time on our hands, apparently. So I did the kitchen today, which is where I'm currently sitting. And I started looking through all the old video of when the house is all torn apart, and I could just feel my, anxiety and flashbacks, I guess, PTSD, whatever you want to call it. So anyway, I'm going to show you the before, when it was all torn up and everything, and then I'll show you the video that I shot earlier today of the after. Okay, thank you. This is when they tore the floor out and they're putting new joists in. And of course, this is all the rot. We're bouncing on it. That's how loose it was when they started tearing stuff out. So very crazy. And I just shot a bunch of video of all the rot everywhere. It was just overwhelming. There really didn't seem to be a board that wasn't affected by some sort of rot in the kitchen. All the years it's just been sinking. It's just crazy. It's in mold and giant cobwebs and fun stuff. It's good times. And you can see how rotted the wood is there. You can just push my finger through it. It was crazy. Yeah, this is all that same corner in the kitchen next to the fireplace, and I think I scan around so you can sort of see that's the bottom of the fireplace, and pivot around to toward the oven and stove. That's there. That's the island. I look at it now and I don't even have words for how we lived through that. Every day just seemed to be a new disaster. You'd open up a different section of the floor and it's like, holy cow, how can this be so bad? And then you open up something else and you're like, oh wow, yeah, it can be worse. As you can see the mold, I'm starting to point like you can see where I'm pointing. And that right there is molds, and then back, that's how we were not sick all the time, I don't know. It was insane. Absolutely insane. So that's the before. The water damage in here was different than the water damage that caused the first problem in the bedroom. We had over along this wall, the steel plates had all rotted out, so the floor had dropped about an inch. And then on this side, the steel plates also had all rotted out and had dropped more than an inch. And all the joists under here were all rotting. And so that's all replaced. We had to rip up the floors, obviously, to do that. And then what we ended up doing was we took some of the bathroom, the guest bathroom over there. It was really big for a guest bathroom, albeit not very functional, but bigger. So we were able to push back as far as we could because there's a window there and we couldn't move the window. So we had to go back farther. We gained about, 16 inches, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it did open up the space a little bit. And then we were able to do a little bigger island. The old island had the stove top in the center here, and it was smaller. And I never did like the stove top here, although it was kind of nice, cooking here with the fire going. That was real nice. But if you're having a party or, the holidays, it was always hard to lay things out because you ended up having to put it all over the stove. So that was kind of problematic. So when we redid that, I wanted to move the stove over here, which is where the old oven was there. And then where the oven is now was the teeny tiny pantry. So we still don't really have much of a pantry, but we ended up moving the pantry right here next to the refrigerator. So these pull out And it's still not a whole lot of pantry space, but it's all we could do with the space we had. And then we sort of like the terrazzo look, which this is terrazzo tile. It's not terrazzo. To pour terrazzo is really expensive. So we got the tiles and kept them as big as we could so we would have fewer grout lines to kind of give that terrazzo look. So that's what we did. And then we also put some storage down here. So when we extended the island, all those cabinets open up and we can put stuff down there, which is nice. And then my nephew and I built this last year for all of Henry's food and treats and stuff because it was taking up what little cabinets, pantry space we had. So this opens up, and we leave it open most of the time, but if we have company come over or whatever, we can close it and not have all that. And then his food, well, their food is right here, so everything's here, and a little storage, got charging station there, and then the rest of the treats and stuff there. So that's that. And then once we got Archie, he eats over here because A, he's smaller, and B, you know, he's actually kind of a pig. He'll eat Henry's food. Henry's like, cool, man, it's all good, whatever. He's not a jerk about it, which is nice. And then our latest addition is the candy machine. So that was, yeah, we got that just a few months ago. It's from the, I think the early 40s. Anyway, it works. It's all stocked. And you can put a nickel in and get some treats. I usually have a bowl of nickels that I keep over there for when people come over. So this is the kitchen. And that's it. That is it.